Hey there peoples, thanks for watching this journey of me and Alp and making it great again. And been playing with this idea for a while now to do a Q&A, and I keep forgetting about it. Well, someone actually mentioned it in the YouTube comments now, and I think it's about time, especially now that we're in the last week of work, of all the major work being done. I always imagined that people might have some questions in regards to what we've been doing, and there's certainly a few lessons learned on this project. Maybe people might even have a question or two in regards to what I've been up to actually these last few years and what I'm going to do. So what I'll do first is figure out a proper time zone to get this going, so that people from Europe, New Zealand and the States can kind of chime in. And I'll create a post on the Facebook page that most of you are probably aware of, which is facebook.com/Mota Eastbound. It's in the link. It's in the link in the description. It's right there. So if you haven't liked that page, go have a look. And there I usually post updates about the things that I'm doing or interested in at any given point. So yeah, Q&A. Would love to hear what you guys have to ask, and I'll answer them. I don't know how many there will be, but we'll see. And I'll then post it all in the next video. Maga and Eastbound Q&A coming soon, so keep an eye out for that.
Good day everyone. It's a bit of a late in the day already because I've been busy with some other things, but got some stuff. Different sandpapers. This is all for that start of the painting. One of those buff out discs, whatever you call them. That's good enough for the scratches. Otherwise I got a grinding disc. Barely need it to do anything. It's all on the tank there. More electrical wire. Spatula for all the BOANO action. Oh, that's it. So let's get on it. And it's about preparing the fairings for painting, basically. I got some other stuff coming. Staples for the staple gun. I couldn't find it for the machine like that, so I might grind down the staples if that works. So we're going to get on it now. And before we do, just found this little sketch in my notebook from Lily, my little camera woman. Remember? Whoa, Alp. And isn't that the truth? Start with the rinse off here. Fairing. I will be sanding it down a bit, filling it. Oh, there's some terrible little corners here. Yeah, get it ready for painting. That is the plan. Especially this section's gonna need some work here. Sanding. So I'm also going to spray filler. So spray paint filler. I don't know how that works, but I imagine that will fill up gaps a little bit. So I'm going to do the major parts with regular filler, and then later with the spray paint filler. Well, gave her a little clean all around on the wheels and the swing arm. You know, the black does look great when it shines. I should have put clear on there. Like I said before, I didn't know matte clear existed because I didn't want it too shiny, but yeah, next time, clear your rims and swing arm. So we're gonna sand this bit down now. And I got some 180 and 320 for that. Don't know really what I'm doing here, but I'll give it a go. I think in the end, most work is gonna be done by the filler, right? Now I'm gonna sand the whole thing with 320. Won't be the last time I have to sand this whole thing. Right, the body filler says to use some coarse sandpaper, or it's going to be used for adhesion, so I got 80 here. Let's see how that will look like. Remember when I was sanding away the fairings in the summer, in the sunshine? Good times that was. Sitting in my shorts and my t-shirt. A nice warm sun. Sanding away with the wet. It's for this exactly that bullet connectors come in handy, so I can remove this. I'm gonna leave the fender, front and rear fender still on there. Still need the bike tonight. I still need the bike a lot, so it's going to be interesting these next few days. I'm going to handle riding around about the fairings, because it's going to be layers of paint and layers of prep on there that's going to need, you know, a full day of drying before I can move to the next phase. So yeah, so what I'm planning is on the fairings a layer of spray adhesive, a layer of spray filler, then a layer of primer, then a layer of enamel color, and after that layer of clear. So plenty going on there, so the fairings will be out of commission for a while. The tank, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an experiment. Ordered a can of 1K epoxy primer. I'm going to try and spray it over there, see how that goes, and then over that goes same primer, and over that then goes the same color enamel. It's not going to be like top-notch stuff, but the 2K clear is going to be top quality, and that I think will protect the cheaper stuff underneath, I think. But that clear is also from a can. It's from America. It's pretty dear, 40 New Zealand dollars a can, and I got 2 of them. So those are coming. Already sanded this when I was down south, but I'll give it another go with 600. Because I like the process so much. Oh what? I can't wait for all of this to be painted. But this is it. This is that last big hurdle that needs to happen, or else it'll be great again. Right. So interesting part will be prepping the tank for painting, because all the epoxy primer needs to be sanded, and what I read about that ages ago is that is not a fun process. Though I think this stuff is fully cured now by now, and it should be easier. See if I can get the most coarse scratches out, and then the rest will be done with filler. Don't exactly know very well what I'm doing here, but want to be careful because that tank wall is not very thick. I think I'll just go for filler the rest of this. I'll use some regular sandpaper to open this up here, see how that goes. This is pretty tough, but the good thing at least about the epoxy primer is that you can fill over it. So it's going to be a combo of on the metal, on the epoxy primer. It's not very neat, I know, but... And of course here at the top of the tank, left and right hand side, the damage done with the handlebars. And this one was the latest one. When I had the new bolt in there, the brake lever was sitting too low. Just got in there, actually dented it too. Prep this properly, same on the other side. That will have to something else is that this brake has been locking up because I think I explained that the other day. The disc hits the pads, heats up the system and blocks it. Happened to me multiple times now, and then the plate disappears. And I thought, how is this possible? Because the thing is maxed out. I thought, is it something in the back there? Then when I was at Callum, the Honda guy, asking about something else, I mentioned it again. He mentioned that there's still the spline that can be adjusted. Completely forgot about that, so that's what I'm doing now. moving the spline down a bit so to get more free play here. Okay, there's some free play, but I got it maxed out to the top because otherwise it's easy to hit all the way down against the bash plate. The rear brake light doesn't engage now, so that means that, and it is, that the spring here that pulls the brake light is really loose. That means that this is in a slightly higher position now than it originally was. I'll be riding the bike later tonight, and then I can see how it brakes, if it's any good, an improvement, and maybe I'll stretch the string or otherwise bring the spline back up a little bit to get the tension back in the spring, but gets closer to that position that was giving me trouble. So that is that for today. It was a bit short. I was kept busy through the morning past noon. Had a bit of a late start, but tomorrow we're going to be on that bike, pull the rest of the fairings off, get them ready. Big chance I'll get my first paint layers on, and it's going to get real. So let me know in the comments what you think so far, and like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you tomorrow, eh?